Welcome to the League of Women Voters of Corpus Christi's Candidate Forum. I am Paula Brighton, Vice President of Voter Services. On behalf of Ann Stewart, President of Corpus Christi of the Corpus Christi League, it is my pleasure to welcome you. The League of Women Voters is a nonpartisan political organization. We neither support nor oppose candidates of any political party. Since its founding more than 75 years ago, the League's mission has been to promote voter awareness of candidates and issues, and to encourage individuals not only to register to vote, but also to vote in all elections. This forum was recorded on Monday, September 28th, and later posted to the Corpus Christi League of Women Voters Facebook and YouTube pages. Recordings of this event may not be used without the express written approval of the League of Women Voters of Corpus Christi. The League will only allow audio and/or video of this event to be broadcast in its entirety, except by media reporting on the event. Joining me are Anel Neal, Zoom Flight Director, and Catherine Oler, League of Women Voters Corpus Christi Get Out the Vote Facilitator, who will serve as timekeeper for the first half of this forum and as moderator for the second half. This forum features the race for City Council at-large members. Voters will choose 3 of the following 13 candidates: Efren Frank Ardiaga Jr., Richard Diaz, John Garcia, Myron Grossman, Ricardo Hankerson, Michael T. Hunter, Deanna Michelle King, John Martinez, Patricia Peninnoyola, Liz Perez, Mike Presley, Brian Rosas, and Larry White. Here is how this forum will proceed. Each participating candidate will be allowed 2 minutes for an opening statement and 1 minute for a closing statement. Between these 2 statements, candidates will be asked 3 issue-focused questions by the moderator. Candidates will have 1 minute to respond to each question. Normally, rebuttals are not allowed. In unusual cases in which a candidate makes a reference to the position or record of an opponent, a brief 30-second rebuttal may be allowed at the discretion of the moderator. If mentioning opponents continues, the candidate will be muted by the Zoom flight director. The timekeeper will hold up a card to remind you of time limits. When time is up, please finish your sentence and yield the floor, or you will be muted. All right, let's begin the candidate forum. And we have put your names in a randomizer so that these will be in random order. Let's begin with a 2-minute opening statement from Ms. Perez.
I am Liz Perez, and I am amongst the 13 amazing candidates for at-large. I'm hoping that, of course, to bring back a sense of trust to our city council, as well as work on our transparency as well. I really feel like the focus needs to go back to the people of this awesome and amazing city. And I'm a 39-year resident of Corpus, born and raised right here in Corpus Christi. I attended Incarnate Word Academy, graduated from there. Continued education here at TAMU CC. Now my husband and I are raising our family, our young girls, and I decided that it was time to participate in our local government. I want to help initiate change, but also continue to do some of the wonderful things our council is already doing. It's not all bad. So I do want to have a hand in helping to create a better Corpus Christi.
We'll move on to Mr. White.
All righty. My name's Larry White. I'm running for City Council at large. I've lived in Corpus Christi for over 35 years, married, have 2 stepchildren and 5 grandkids. I'm a retired chemical engineer with over 40 years experience in industry. I'm a licensed professional engineer, and I also have a strong background in environmental. I've led multi-million-dollar projects. I'm familiar how projects are to be managed. And I also have a good background in desalination technology. With the community, I'm a member of the Corpus Christi Veterans Band. I play the snare drum. I've been a buckerator in those white jumpsuits helping with the night parade. And I've also volunteered for Kairos Outside, which is a ministry for women who have loved ones in prison. And that was a real eye-opener on aspects of our society I'm normally not exposed to. I'm running because Corpus Christi is my home and I'm frustrated. I was on the Ethics Commission for 5 years and kind of saw how things kind of worked at City Hall. 3 years ago, I knew we were in trouble with our sewers, and now we have this consent decree from EPA, which is pretty intense after reading it, and it adds to my frustration. I knew about 19 years ago we were going to be in trouble with our streets after I talked to the city engineer in charge of streets and how he unloaded on me with the problems he was having with the city council. So I'm running because I'm frustrated and I want to change things.
Mr. Garcia, you're our third in real life candidate. Go ahead with your 2-minute opening statement.
Hello, thank you to the Women League's voters for, first of all, hosting this forum in Zoom. So thank you all for the technical support on this. And I'm John Garcia. I'm number 13 on the ballot, and I'm running for City Council at large. Born and raised in Corpus Christi. I'm in the tourism industry. I'm president of the West Side Business Association, board of director of United Chamber of Commerce, small business owner. I'm the organizer of all the Corpus Christi food truck festivals here in Corpus Christi, which it was created for families, for them to spend time together during the weekends. And this was our 5th year doing this until the COVID came in and all our events have been postponed. And hopefully 2021 will be a great year for all the events here in Corpus Christi. My top priority, for running for city council would be, of course, public safety. With the city growing, we do have a lot of crime, affordable housing. Also, with the street repairs, that's one big issue that I hear complaint from every citizen in Corpus Christi is our streets. Our streets need repair, and that's one of my priorities here running for city council at large. But then also, most is like with everyone here, running for city council, we just need a change, something positive, but more to see economic development opportunities here in Corpus Christi, which we have so much potential in the city, but we don't really have as much things going on. But if you travel to other cities in Texas, there's so much economic development going on. But like I said, my top priority would be street repair, economic opportunities for the city, and then public safety is my top priority. And I'm number 13 on the ballot.
He did not pop on.
Appears not.
Good evening.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you, League of Women Voters, for putting this on every election. It's a great resource for people to meet the candidates. My name is John Martinez, and I am a former judge. I have served on the Corpus Christi Crime Control and Prevention District. I've served on the Corpus Christi Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. I'm currently the chairman of the Nueces County Hospital District Board of Directors. I've been serving Nueces County for 15, 20 years now. And I love the public service. It's something that I enjoy. Currently is my role as the chairman of the hospital district board of directors, I've been lucky to see how a good, strong board can come together and come up with solutions to difficult problems. I've also seen how collaboration with other groups can help to solve problems more efficiently, more quickly, and more cost effectively. As a city council member, I intend to bring that into the council. What you see oftentimes is you see silos in the different organizations where they're working essentially on the same problem, but apart from each other. It's hard to find solutions that way. What I intend to do is bring these groups together and other groups to come up with solutions together so that as a whole, we can bring a benefit to our whole community. I'm running because my kids are getting older and going off to college, and I want them to come back here after they graduate. I want this to be a place that they can return to. And we need to do that now, work on the things to give them those opportunities to return. And so that's why I'm running for city council.
Council at large. I've lived in Corpus Christi for over 35 years.
Good evening. I want to thank the ladies again for having the opportunity to visit with the community and to make our positions quite clear. I'm a 60-year citizen of Corpus Christi. I've been here my entire life. I am a graduate with Leadership Corpus Christi. I have served on the Palmer Drug Abuse Program. I was the president of the Palmer Drug Abuse Program. I served on the National Palmer Drug Abuse Program with such people as Carol Burnett and Zig Ziglar. I've recently been on the Corpus Christi Landmark Commission. So I have an idea of what the city needs to be doing in order to maintain the progress that they're trying to maintain. One of the big problems I've found that in the real estate business, streamlining the permitting process that the city has in the business development and regarding its business inspections and zoning was supposed to be speeded up about 5 or 6 years ago. And I still get complaints from builders and designers and people who are buying property that going down on Leopard Street and Port and trying to get something done is a real problem still. I think relocating the taxes that we're paying for faster street repairs is in order. I don't think we're putting enough in to get ourselves cut back up after 50, 60 years of neglecting the streets. I think that really increasing the transparency for the Nueces County Central Appraisal District for the tax benefits of the citizens of Corpus Christi through their city appraisals is real important.
Thank you, Mr. Grossman. Mr. Diaz?
I don't see that Mr. Diaz is with us.
Oh, dear.
Thank you to the Women League voters for having all of us here. I think we're all starting to know each other really well. We know each other's families, and they've never met us. So I think it's very good. It's a good thing. As a former councilman, I'm native Corpus Christian. I'm a graduate here in Corpus Christi, 4-H Moody High School, where I went off to Del Mar College. Went off to TAMU CC, where I got my bachelor's, and then I got a master's in counseling. There I learned to be a good listener, and that's a big attribute in getting things done here in Corpus Christi. As a former councilman, I voted on residential street repair. I was one of the ones during that time. I am married, born and raised here in Corpus Christi, 4 children, 4 grandchildren. So we have a vested interest here in Corpus Christi. I think as a councilman, I would continue to champion a better planned way to revamp some of these streets repairs so that people could actually see the streets done. I think it's important. It is also one of the famous words of Mark Scott: be careful for what you ask for, because then you see a lot of construction. I know it weighs heavy on a lot of people. The most concerning problems I see is city services. So I want to tell everyone, you're expected to pay 100% of your taxes. And I think it's important you receive city services at 100%. In that, as a candidate, I have a good level of business sense to do things. I've been in a budget before. I know what it takes, and I know where the monies are. And I think it's important that we look at that more directly. We've lingered a long time in abstinence, and I think it's important that we start to really put our money, our tax-paying money to work. We all pay a street user fee, and I think it's important that you start seeing big results off those things. Corpus Christi is a huge has assets here, huge assets, you know, with the water and everything that comes along here. So the economic boom will come, but I think it's important we first provide better infrastructure and a better water supply, and then public safety, of course, is always number one, and that itself would enhance the safety here in Corpus Christi.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rosas. And we're moving on to Mr. Presley. You're the next opening statement.
Thank you very much. My name is Mike Presley. I'm a candidate for at-large here in City Council. I'm born and raised in Corpus Christi, like many of the other candidates here. I spent just shy of 40 years in the oil and gas exploration business here in Corpus Christi. And during that 40 years, my wife and I raised 2 daughters, and we now have 5 grandchildren, all of which who live here in Corpus Christi. So I tell everyone I have a vested interest in making sure that Corpus Christi grows and prospers. During my 40 years of business here in Corpus Christi, I also gave back in the form of 34 years of community service. I served on the Tolosa Midway Independent School District Board of Trustees. I was a member of the Stormwater Advisory Committee for the City of Corpus Christi, spent 6 years on the Planning Commission for the City of Corpus Christi. I currently serve on the Board of Trustees for the Texas State Aquarium. And then I was most recently, I served 9 years as your county commissioner here in Nueces County. So I've given back. I want to take that leadership experience and bring it to the city council. We have a number of challenges here in the city. The main challenge is going to be getting businesses back on track after the COVID-19. So it's very important for the city to have strong leadership. I have been endorsed by the Corpus Christi Police Officers Association, and today I've received the endorsement of the Corpus Christi Builders Association, which I'm very proud of. So if you elect me as your city council person, I'm going to bring a long list of leadership skills and experience to the job, and I will make sure that we use those to move this city forward. Thank you.
All right, our next candidate is Ms. Deanna Michelle King. Okay, you've got 2 minutes, please.
Thank you. My name is Deanna Michelle King, and I'm running for City Council at large. And I thank y'all for hosting this forum. I hear this is really one of the most important ones. And so I thank y'all for having us tonight. But again, I am running for City Council at large, and I've been a resident of Corpus Christi for quite some time. I have a lot of family here. And the reason why I'm running is because I've noticed there's a disconnect between city council officials and residents. They're not getting their voices heard. And I think it's time for someone to be in a position where they can trust our city officials again. My main objectives right now, of course, everybody complains about the street. I don't know how many times we've voted to raise taxes for our streets. And we're just now getting to that. We have people who are homeless. We need to have some kind of resolution to that instead of herding them from one side of the town to the other. One of the things that we need to work on is reaching across the board and talking to county officials. We have buildings like the Memorial Hospital that's vacant, but I hear they have other plans for that. But I'm willing to reach across the board and solve that problem. And of course, we have water supply issues. Right now, we just got sued by Environmental Protection Agency and for having inadequate water. And we shouldn't be having those problems here. I just want to bring back integrity to the city council. I want people to be able to come and trust us and to do something for them. They're paying a lot of taxes. And so they should see something in return in a timely manner. So I really, again, appreciate y'all's vote and thank y'all for y'all's time.
Thank you very much, Ms. King. Our next candidate is Mr. Michael Hunter. Mr. Hunter.
Hello, everybody. My name is Michael Hunter, and I'm running for City Council at large again. Currently, I'm the only incumbent running, and just want to go ahead and ask for your vote now, and I'll ask for it at the end of this intro. I was born and raised here in Corpus Christi, Texas. I graduated King High School, and then I went to Trinity University in San Antonio, came back home as soon as possible and got my master's at Texas A&M Corpus Christi. While I was going through that process, I started I was one of the founders of an organization called the Young Business Professionals. We started with 9 members and we grew that membership to 400. And so far that group has had a lasting impact in our community, and they've done really well in helping retain young professionals and just young blue collar and white collar workers in our community. Let's see, I've been a part of the community ever since. I have been on the Rising Tide Society board, the USS Lexington, the Corpus Christi Museum of Science and History, the Rotary Club of Corpus Christi, the once Town Club of Corpus Christi, if anybody remembers that, and quite a few other organizations. I'm running for city council again because I think that this city has so much potential. You know, since we've been on council, we've gotten so far, but there's so much more room to grow. And I humbly ask for your vote for Michael Hunter, city council at large, so I can make that happen or help to. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Hunter. Our next candidate is Ms. Patricia Peninnoyola.
Hello, everyone, and thank you to the League of Women Voters for putting this event on and inviting everyone to join. My name is Patricia Peninnoyola, and I'm a candidate for City Council at large. I am number 10 on the ballot. I am a mother of 5 daughters, a single mother of 5 daughters. My oldest daughter is a recent Baylor graduate. I am also a small business owner in the financial service industry, where I help people who work for the federal government plan for their retirement. I've been involved with our community, and I've served on a few boards, but I've also at one point during my career was a small home builder for the affordable housing program here in Corpus Christi. And I helped several people in Corpus Christi become homeowners, and I have educated them on enhancing their credit, becoming homeowners, and being fiscally responsible. I attended Moody High School and also attended Corpus Christi State University, where I majored in business. I deal with budgets and planning for my home and for my clients and for several small businesses here in town. So I'm very familiar with fiscal planning and making sure that we are having our funds allocated in the appropriate areas. I ask for your vote. I feel that I am very qualified for this position, not only because I am a nurturer and a planner, but also because I feel that I put everyone else's interests way before my own, as it should be. I humbly ask for your help, your support in electing me. My name is Patricia Peninnoyola. I am number 10 on the ballot. Thank you so much.
Let's move down to Mr. Ephraim Frank Ardiaga.
Hello, can everybody hear me? Good evening, my name is Frank Ardiaga. Vote Frank for our future. I am somewhere in the middle of the ballot with the longest name and the only name in quotes. I'm from Corpus Christi, born and raised. Holy Family Catholic Catholic School for elementary. Went to middle school, Ray High School for my Ray Texan years. I didn't finish college. I actually came back and started working after living at home for a little bit with my mom. I decided that I had to get off the couch, and I started working in small business development. Spent about 15 years in that capacity, working with several individuals in the healthcare industry, people all over this community. And in my spare time, I spent a significant amount of time volunteering for a youth leadership development organization called the National Hispanic Institute. The goal of the organization is to promote young leadership development. We work with students from all walks of life, all beliefs. I've worked with probably about 500 kids locally over the past decade, at least, and many of them have chosen to come back into the community and work here. So we've made successful progress on that front. I'm a small business owner on the Corpus Christi Wine Festival. Look forward to having that again next year. I'm a problem solver, very hardworking, a good listener. Had to be that way after working with 37 different employees. I have experience in leadership and just communication in general. I want to bring transparency to City Hall. I've had the fortunate opportunity to work with many of the people here, and I look forward to the opportunity to work with the others who I haven't, if given the opportunity to serve. I have two boys. One of them attends Flower Bluff in 2nd grade. The other's a 4-year-old. I'm a bonus dad. And we just look forward to developing the community that they'll look forward to coming back to, and hopefully their kids as well. So vote Frank for our future. Again, only name in quotes, so cast your vote.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ardiaga.